All right, boys and girls, here's Mr. Sepulveda with another Science Notebook update. The last time that we went through unit number 2, we had only made it a few pages in. I believe it was page 26, which was the last one that we did. But since then, we've answered our 2 big idea questions. How do organisms acquire non-physical traits, and why do organisms of the same species differ from their parents? And we entered into learning about Punnett squares, and we had practices trying to write them out and try to figure out percentages or probabilities of what would happen for the offspring, right? And then we did a monster baby lab. So just to kind of show you this, I'm going to kind of lift this up a little bit. We ended up trying to figure out different traits from both parents, from mom and dad. And then we ultimately, at the end, after figuring out what we ended up with, created our monster baby. So there's the monster baby that I ended up creating. Then we ended up with Dragon Genetics. This one was a biology lesson from high school that we transformed into an elementary lesson. So Dragon Genetics, where we had these dominant traits, recessive traits, and we got to figure out what our dragon babies would look like. It was optional to draw the dragon baby for this page. So that's page 29. Page 30, we took notes on behaviors, acquired traits, instincts, things like that. We drew some pictures to go with them. And then we ended up with page 31 where we did like a behavior sort. You guys ended up cutting them out. I ended up just kind of putting the colors to match them up to the behaviors. And then we did a trait sort. Yours was a physical paper. I just ended up taking down the notes of the trait sort on page 32. So like a polar bear staying warm because it has blubber is an inherited trait, so I drew that. Rose with beautiful petals, someone writing with their left hand. And then on the acquired trait side of things, we had like a goldfish going up to the bowl because they see a hand, so maybe they're just like getting fed, or a dog barking at the door because he wants to be let out. So that's page 32. Page 33 was just vocabulary that we ended up gaining from Miss Riegelman's science notebook, right? That's linked on the Canvas page. And then our page 34 that ended Unit 2 was our Inherited and Acquired Traits Study Guide. And then we ended up taking a genetics test after this. So if your notebook looks like mine, it is up to date and you are good to go.